How did Schnitzel cause World War II? Schnitzel was born in Marzipan City in Austria on the 20th of April, 1889. As for Schnitzel's upbringing, his father was cold and unfeeling, even for a rock monster, and because of this, his mother, who was a boulder, blamed the candy people for all of their problems. And as some months passed, his mother would die from illness, under the care of none other than Princess Bubblegum. Some years later, Schnitzel would go on to fight in the First Great War, pulled into it by the assassination of Archduke Hugo. During the war, Schnitzel would meet his greatest friend and supporter in the trenches, Mong van Dahl. Together, after the war, they would form what is now known as the Nazi Party. During this time, more key members would join, such as Chowder der Judenhasser und Truffe die Stark. Together, they overthrew the Weimar Republic and formed a government based on the National Sauces Cooking Party. Soon after this victory, Schnitzel would meet the love of his life, Endive Braun. This group would now be known as Schnitzel's Inner Circle. Now having secured a position of power, Schnitzel could finally execute his plans for the elimination of the candy people of Europe. He would go on to dispatch his closest ally, Mong van Dahl, to invade the Eastern Front. Mong van Dahl would go on to commit various war crimes against prisoners of war and civilians. While in the Eastern Front, Truffen die Stark shattered candy defenses using her Blitzkrieg strategy. As this was going on back in Germany, Chowder der Judenhasser was head of propaganda.
Und der neuen Idee der Gebundenheit und der Volksgemeinschaft.
He made claims that the candy people were plotting to take down the government from within and take advantage of the rock people using the banking system. This cycle of violence would go on for years as they plowed through Europe, but in the Battle of Stalingrad Cheese in August 1942, Schnitzel and his allies would experience the first loss of many in the War of Europe. Fearing the worst, Schnitzel and the rest of the Inner Circle would escape to South American Marzipan City with the help of Panini. In order to cover their tracks, they had Hitler, Joseph Goebbels, Hermann Göring, and Heinrich Himmler take the blame for their actions. But then they themselves would use candy people bodies and burn them, faking their own deaths to escape to Argentina. Schnitzel and his followers would then spend the rest of their days working at a catering company, never having to answer for their crimes.